Hello friends from First Quantum. My name is Azran and I'm from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And I'm excited to share with you the many lessons I learned in the course of my entrepreneurial journey, building businesses across a wide range of industries that all challenge conventional industry status quo by thinking creatively and quickly, acting with decisiveness, and bouncing back from inevitable setbacks and failures. So from capital intensive and highly regulated industries like airlines, building a long haul low cost airline is founding CEO of AirAsiaX that challenge giants like Emirates and Cathay Pacific and Singapore Airlines and growing it from a startup business plan to a billion-dollar business and an IPO in 6 years. To the fast moving internet technology space as co founder of iFlix, daring to take on the mighty Silicon Valley giant Netflix and scaling it to serve 20 million users across 20 markets in just 3 years. And after iFlix was acquired by Tencent from China, my current venture is Naluri in the healthcare industry, aiming to challenge conventional telemedicine and reimagine care for chronic diseases and mental health, using digital technology to lower the cost of care by tenfold and shifting the industry from a fee-for-service model where doctors get paid irrespective of whether you become healthier or not to a value-based care model that's outcomes or success-based. And I've chronicled my experiences in a book I authored called 30 Days and 30 Years on how to operationalize a culture that applies speed and agility as a competitive advantage in today's fast-changing world, but anchored on a clear sense of purpose and mission. So that's similar to your First Quantum culture. And I've also had the privilege of being invited by over 100 global corporations like Shell, Volvo, Pfizer, Intel, Microsoft, Pernod Ricard, Prudential, HSBC, and Ernst & Young to deliver keynote addresses to inspire and challenge business leaders today to apply that same entrepreneurial energy of startup founders to strengthen the agility and resilience of their organizations. And I also conduct deeper leadership training programs, typically structured along the following 4 themes to impart actionable tools and frameworks. So the first is on change leadership. I share how our past successes can limit our beliefs about what is or is not possible. So even the supposedly dynamic and innovative and risk-taking company like AirAsia, a leader in the low-cost airline space, had fixed beliefs the moment they became successful. And they followed what global champions like Southwest Airlines or Ryanair or EasyJet believed, and they relied on industry cost structure analysis by management consultants, even though data can be backward-looking and may not consider new data points that have yet to be imagined. And they relied on past precedents. I also share how over 100 investors rejected iFlix at that start point because they thought no one could create alternate models to Netflix because they were colored by their personal biases, and other stories to inspire us to think differently. The second module is on agile leadership. So I use an example of a basic commodity, an airline seat, not unlike copper, but imagine new ways of creating value for our customers in ways no other airline in the world had thought of, because they were focused on benchmarking with what competitors were doing while I tried to unearth the latent problems and pain points that our customers faced and found novel solutions. But I also share failed ideas, because the best ideas don't come from perfect planning, but from the willingness to try different ways and keep improving when the early versions fail. And the third module is on empathetic or connected leadership. How do we build trust and psychological safety in our teams so that issues or problems are surfaced quickly, disagreements are addressed openly instead of passive resistance that can undermine our cultures? And the final module is on resilient leadership, where I share a framework on building resilience called THINK. T for take control, H for building a hopeful outlook, I for taking informed actions to respond intentionally instead of reacting impulsively. N is about nurturing ourselves, and K is about knowing our goals and direction. And I use a personal and professional story of how I dealt with failure and bounced back to move ahead. Because only when we know that we can overcome inevitable failure will we be able to move more creatively and quicker. So I look forward to tailoring this program to suit the executive learning objectives at First Quantum. Thank you.